What's going on, friends? Today I am going to build an old-timey tool called a pipe anvil. And you'll see I've got these 3 different size pipes here. Picked this big guy up today. I'm going to show you all how we're going to put this together and what it's going to do. This is an old tool that was created by somebody that I really think very highly of, Gene Winfield. He was a very, very well-known hot rod builder. Some people even call this Gene's anvil. Some people call it the pipe anvil. And it's for radiusing sheet metal in different radiuses. So this one's just going to be a 24-inch. Most of the time they're 4 foot, but this is just a small one because I don't have very much room, and it's not going to have a pedestal. It's going to have pegs come off the bottom that are set in the table. You guys will have to watch along and see what you think. Okay, I didn't have any washers, so what it is, I took some sheet metal and I'm folding it over, making pieces like this. So I actually used the duck bills. I used the duck bills here to bend those over and to get them started. Then I take the hammer and I smack them really hard, you know. And this is not the right tool for this, but this is my favorite part, when I get to be in here screaming, beating the hell out of stuff with a hammer. So, before I go any further though, I'm not only folding those over one time, I'm folding them over twice. And if you were to stick this little piece in the duck bill, you might be able to grab it with a pair of pliers and get it started or whatever. To me, that just takes too much time and energy. You're trying to find another tool. I have this tool and I have this tool. These are the 2 tools that I feel that I need right now. So I take this, I hold it good and firm, and smack it real hard. Now, this is cold rolled steel. It is a little stiffer here. Then I just go ahead and smack it down. That is not the right tool. Oh hell. Shit's falling off the bench. My favorite screwdriver set. Can't be having that. There we go. Let's go back to beating on this table again here. This is not an exact science. You're not worried about the size. You're worried about the width. Now, what we're going to do here is these pieces are going to go on that end. Right like that. And I'm going to weld those in there. Of course, they won't stick out. They're going to stick on the bottom. We're going to weld them in there, and it'll give a little gap in between this pipe and this pipe here for you to slide the metal. You can bend it this way or bend it that way. I'll show y'all here in a second. So I'm going to get all this in, get it clamped up, and get to welding. All right. Now that all this is welded together, I want to show you. You know, you can do a multitude of different things with this guy. You can put your metal in over here to radius around this one, or radius around the large one, or radius around the small one. And so, like here is, let's straighten it out, and we'll re-radius this again. We'll stick it in there, and bend it around, and stick it in there, bend it around. And you know, metal always springs back, but you see that curve that it gives us. You can make that more or less. Now, so like with this one here, say I want to do something crazy, I'll go right there. I'll bend it back around. And even with it on, normally they have it on legs, you can push the piece under, you know, push it under in between the legs. But what I like to do is like this. I just bend it down as far as I can. I'll grab my big pipe, pick it up, and set it right there. And I use the weight of this to bend the metal. I'm not exerting myself. It's pretty easy to pick this thing up and to move it around. Now, you see, the piece we've made. See, here's where it's been rolled over like that and rolled under like that. So like if you were creating a patch panel for an old hot rod or something, but the hood of the tractor, or the hood of the DragonFly, will be shaped over this pipe here. And that piece is a little not right. It's okay though. Ain't nothing I can't handle that. Oh yeah, I don't use gloves with sheet metal. I like to be able to feel the cuts. And the main reason that I don't like wearing gloves when I work with sheet metal is when I cut myself in gloves, I'll bleed out and there's blood everywhere, and I'm like, oh my God, where did it come from? At least this way, if I get a little cut or something, I can see it. But you know, it's basically this, just like that. We're going to take this over and see. We'll have to expand it out a little bit, and it's going to sit up a little higher because, you know, the air filters have to be able to sit under that, but it's going to be about that height right there. So maybe tomorrow or the next day or something, we'll have a hood for the DragonFly. So hopefully you guys like that tool. Just something that I know I'm going to use a lot. Maybe y'all can too.